In order to keep up with the responsibility of ensuring access to justice, judges and lawyers in Kenya are using digital platforms in their court proceedings amidst the coronavirus global pandemic. However, this initiative is not free of challenges because witnesses cannot connect to the virtual hearing of their testimonies. On 15 March 2020, Kenyan President instituted measures aimed at mitigating the spread of the virus, among which included a directive for civil servants to work from home. More of that in this report.
This is Hibo Hussein, a lawyer in Nairobi, Kenya. She is currently having a virtual court session. Business as usual, but platform unusual.
My experience that is really good. It's working. It's something that we can work with in this pandemic. However, I feel like we both need to be trained. The members of the bar and the bar itself. I mean, the members of the judges. In terms of, I think you could see that some of us, our mics are still on and we are doing our own things. And so it's kind of a distraction.
Oral advocacy is perhaps the most difficult aspect of virtual hearing. But for Dennis Kira, who is also a lawyer, this is the start of a journey that will change the judicial world.
COVID-19 has given lawyers in Kenya an opportunity to be able to serve the public through virtual courts. As you're aware, previously, the Chief Justice had downscaled operations. Courts had closed, so the wheels of justice had grounded, and virtual hearings have now taken over. I think to just say 80% of cases right now in Kenya are handled virtually.
It's incredibly positive news coming out of a number of jurisdictions. South Africa has been having virtual hearings. In Tanzania, the appellate division of the East African Court of Justice has started having hearings. There are hearings in Nigeria.
Virtual hearings have become somewhat uncharted territory and everyone going through the same learning experience. It's fair to say that all participants, including judges, arbitrators, mediators and legal practitioners, have been having challenges. But for Hibo Hussein, these should now start from the schools teaching law.
They need to be more practical in terms of what is exactly happening in practice, apart from the theoretical aspect of the law, which would be like, for example, in terms of accessing the court, in terms of virtual hearings or calls or conference calls or whatever it is, or introducing laws that are tech-oriented.
The matters that have full hearings where you have to bring in witnesses, and because of the cessation of movement, the challenge that currently is evident is that you cannot be able to proceed with a full hearing virtually because either your witness on the other end cannot be able to connect to the court, to the virtual court, and produce his...
Compared to the physical hearings in the courts of law, the virtual idea has taken off and now experts believe there'll be no reverse gear anytime soon.
Online hearings are the future, it's what's going to happen, and there's no point comparing it with a physical hearing. They're going to offer a different form of justice, a different way of receiving resolutions to clients' disputes.
The digitization and, of course, the virtual hearings here in Kenya started way back in 2010. At that time, it wasn't taken seriously, but this time round, due to COVID-19 and the strict measures of physical distancing, it's the new norm. Judges, lawyers, stakeholders in the system are now lacking the fact that they can work in the comfort of their homes and offices, but as long as they pass critical laws.